We had prayed out all the divas.
She's an influencer, by the way, in case you didn't remember that.
So, in dealing with them, and we found that instructing them, trying to teach them about different things and how to be kind, not to be so demanding, and
Put your Jesus face on.
yes.
Write this down. Raise the fingers out.
My husband kept saying, "Don't make me pray for you." I just go, Lord, okay, I know first you got to work on me. Okay, I understand that. Work on me. But in the meantime, if they're not going to be worked on, if they're not going to submit, then let's just go through some. Sherry and I try to teach them about how to be Jesus. And as Sherry likes to tell, and I'll let her say a little bit more than that, we think of the team of women of faith, the hotel people that work there, all the staff, everyone is part of our team, and we should treat them accordingly. So we talk about how to tip well, so you get to show your appreciation. And so we saw that year that we had prayed out the divas, and they weren't there, that 162 women actually got it. And this is not the point. They gave us a gift for the first time. Now, that's not the point. The point was, Sherry and I wept because they finally got it, that they were supposed to be ministering to each other. We saw them really spending time praying and talking with each other and doing things for each other instead of just coming and taking. And we wept because we found, we're like, our babies are growing up.
Tell us a little bit about how you actually work together. What's your method? How do you get 200 or so people to come every year?
I'm a big ideal person. The pioneers, when we read that, we were in our room like, oh my God. It's like, said Sherry Blissenbach. And then it was me, to the team. So I get things started, and she's clean up crew. She comes in behind. I like to do things fast and a fury, and they're making it all pretty, putting bows on it.
So what have you tried? What's been some of the stuff that you've tried over the years that's worked in terms of getting people to join the group and come?
Oh goodness, we do a lot of incentives. Yeah, bribery, incentives. As anyone here would know, I think the hardest part of the group leader is getting payment. Number one. We do things like we do non-refundable deposits. However, we do incentives. Everybody that brings a non-refundable deposit by a certain date gets thrown in a bucket, and we picked door prizes. 10 people won door prizes. Everybody that was paid in full by a certain date, we had purchased along with our regular private suite seats. There you go. We bought some floor seats, and we picked out of the women that had paid in full way early, picked names, and they got the floor seats set up in the balcony. It worked.
Now what do you do in terms of having the group be a group? What do you do while they're here to make the experience feel like a part of something special?
Well, we have them come to the hotel, we register there, and they get a goodie bag. And then we set up and we have kind of a party while we're doing our registration. Then that evening, after the the first night. They come back to the hotel, we have the party room, and we have it all set up with food and games. We have some vendors that come. We just have a big old party, a big pajama party.
We try to support women in businesses, home businesses. Have them come in and, pamper chef and all that. We have them come in. It gives them a captive audience, helps women, ministers their women.
Some of the women here have been doing this for many years, like you. Some of the, as I said, are doing this for the very, very first time. But since you've been on this journey for a while, what would be some of the advice that you would give to someone just starting out going, oh, I got 162, 192, 200 people, I can't even begin to think about how I would do that. For someone just starting out, what would be the best piece of advice that you would give to someone just beginning this?
Number one is pray. Pray, pray, pray. I know it sounds so obvious, but we forget all the time. Prayer is number one. And God will bring those people to you, I'm telling you. It is only by the grace of God that we've gotten this big. I honestly couldn't tell you. We don't advertise. We don't put up flyers. It's all word of mouth. That's it. We send out emails. That's it.
Grab your best girl, and you get a free ticket for every 25. So grab your best girl, and that's who you start with. You start small. Don't think you got to sell 162 tickets your first year. Carrie Shelton, she started small. I mean, well,
As many tickets as you can.
okay, she said it. Okay, start small. Start where you're comfortable. And, Sherry and I graduate every year with adding more, because she's the idea lady and coming up with more ideas. And sometimes I'd have to lasso her and go, okay, slow down. But start there with getting your helper. Don't try to do this alone. It's no fun alone. It's the blast when you've got someone there and you're sharing the ideas and you're praying together and you're just, it's amazing when you have someone to share the load with you and their perspective. And I never thought of that kind of thing.